Alright, what's up everybody? Oh man, I can't believe I'm actually about to sit here and do this video. If you guys haven't been able to tell, I am using the Apollo Solo. I know what you guys are thinking. You just made a video the other day talking about why you would never buy the Apollo Solo, and here you are using it. I know, it's insane. Look, I wanted to share with you guys some of the reasons why I decided to go out and buy the Apollo Solo, and so far what my experience has been like using the Apollo Solo. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump straight into the video. So the other day I was watching YouTube and I got recommended some videos on the Apollo Solo. I ultimately got more intrigued on the interface after spending some time looking into it, and I ended up calling music stores in the area trying to see if they had any of these in stock, and sure enough, there was one music store with one in stock. Now, with my horrible compulsive issues, I decided to go out and buy the Apollo Solo. And like I said, I've had it now roughly for about a day, and I've had the time to play around with it and gather some of my thoughts on the interface and ultimately decide whether or not I am going to keep this interface, if I should keep this and use this rather than the ID22. You know, a part of being a man and overall just a mature adult is having the ability to swallow your pride and admit when you were wrong. And guys, I have been thoroughly enjoying using the Apollo Solo. I'm not gonna lie, working with the Apollo Solo has been very, very nice. I am beyond satisfied with the way that the preamps in the Solo sound. I have been loving the tone that I've been getting out of running the MPA into the Solo, regardless of the fact that the Solo does not bypass its pre's. I have been very, very happy with the quality that I have been getting with the two combined. And that was one of my main issues with why I would never buy the Solo, was the fact that I couldn't bypass the pre's. And at the end of the day, there really isn't much of a difference between the ID22 and it allowing you to bypass the pre's and the Apollo Solo, which does not allow you to bypass the pre's. At the end of the day, it pains me to say, but I think I actually enjoy the sound more coming out of the Solo. I know, it's insane that I'm even having to make this video after what I said about the Solo in my original video, but I have been thoroughly enjoying the Solo. It has been very, very fun to work with, and the quality is just unbelievable. Unbelievable, to say the least. Now, one of the main problems that I had with the Solo, and something that I'm going to have to sacrifice in order to work with this interface, is that the Solo does not have multiple outputs like the ID22. So with the ID22, you have the ability to route the audio out from your DAW and into your outboard gear. That is not an option on the Apollo Solo. So what you would have to do in this situation is you would have to use your outboard gear in real time. So how that would look is something like this. The Pro MPA2 would go into my compressor, and the audio from the compressor would then go into the Solo. You wouldn't have the ability to route the audio out from the DAW and then into the compressor so that you can fine tune it in real time. It's not an option. On the ID22, it is. Now, in my case, I never really use the function of routing the audio out from the DAW. I usually record with a slight bit of compression in real time so that the audio is just being recorded with the compression. I don't have to go back and route the audio out from the DAW and into the compressor. So in my case, it's not necessarily a deal breaker. So I can definitely get away with using the Apollo Solo. I don't absolutely have to use the ID22. It's not a mandatory thing, but for some of you out there, that might be a deal breaker. That might be enough for you to decide that you do not want to use the Solo because you want the ability to route the audio out from your DAW and into your outboard gear and work on it in real time. I'm really shocked at how much I've been enjoying using the Solo and how likely I am to stick with the Solo instead of the ID22. Again, the converters and the Solo on paper are better than the ID22, and you're getting industry standard preamps inside the Solo. It really is, at the end of the day, the best preamps on the market. Even if it's not by a serious margin, they still are technically on paper some of the best preamps on the market. It is nice knowing that, having that peace of mind. And again, the fact that you can't bypass the preamps on here is not necessarily a deal breaker from what I found. Again, I've been making music on this thing using the MPA2, and I haven't really noticed any big difference that would stop me from using this than, say, the audio coming out of the ID22. I'm actually, again, I'm very shocked at how much I've been enjoying this thing after all that I had said about the Solo. And again, you know, it pains me to sit here and admit when I'm wrong, but that's a part of being a man and, you know, overall just a mature adult, is knowing when you're wrong and being able to own up to that. And again, it's been an absolute pleasure working on this thing. It sounds very, very good, which obviously comes as no surprise. So yeah, guys, so far so good. I haven't had any real issues with the Apollo Solo. I know the DSP can be a problem, but I really only use a handful of plugins from Universal Audio anyway, and those plugins aren't very DSP hungry, so that's not been much of an issue for me in my case. The preamps are amazing, the converters are great, and the outputs on this unit are phenomenal. I have been getting very clean results using this interface, and especially paired with my MPA2. I am in love with the quality that I have been getting, and it honestly, it's a little bit depressing, a little sad to, you know, see my ID22 sitting over here and knowing that I just prefer using the Solo as of right now. I'm really in love with the quality that I've been getting with this setup. Anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap it up. Go ahead and flame me, let me have it, I deserve it. I just want to be real with you guys. I want to be transparent and tell you guys when I'm wrong, and especially in a situation like this where now that I have this in hand and I have the ability to use it and actually formulate a valid opinion on the unit, I just wanted to get on here and share that with you guys and let you guys know where I am at with the Apollo Solo. I know a lot of you guys were on the same page as me, so maybe this is something that you guys can look into as well. It's been an eye-opening experience, to be honest with you, because like I said, I just never thought that I would be able to switch from my ID22, and you know, the quality from this thing has just been really nice. Anyways, guys, if you haven't already yet, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you can stay notified for whenever I drop my upcoming videos. That about wraps it up. Thank you all for watching. I will catch you all in my next video. Take care, everybody. Peace out.